everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to episode 3 of the Philosophy of Her. And here we are going to talk about how you can turn self-care into figuring out what your purpose is for your life and for your future. The very first step is actually choosing yourself and sitting down with yourself and understanding what it is that you truly want for your life and your future for yourself and for your family. Whenever you start to integrate small self-care tasks throughout your day, such as your self-care routine for your skin, your beauty products, whenever it comes to your fitness, whenever it comes to what you read, what you consume, what you're looking at on your phone, taking 5 minutes out to read a book about history, about the Roman Empire or science and our planets, being open to receiving new information and new wisdom and new knowledge is going to be such a skill set and such an opportunity for you to be able to grow and expand your mind when it comes to being open-minded about our universe, our realms of the planet, and truly what God and our earth and our country can offer for you. Take me, for example, when it started for my self-care journey, I sat with myself and really kind of listened to my intuition with what I wanted to learn and what I genuinely liked whenever it came to subjects or genres of things to learn and things to really just kind of deep dive into when it came to growing my wisdom and growing my own knowledge for myself. For example, I really love the Roman Empire. I love learning about very old ancient history and ancient knowledge. I enjoy science, I enjoy biology, and I really love psychology. Fun fact about me, I actually wanted to be a psychologist when I was younger. I wanted to work in the prisons when it came to trying to understand genuinely why some people are, actually not some people, I genuinely like knowing why people are the way that they are, and for some reason that always seemed to interest me. And whenever I started to learn that as well, I also grew that intellectual side of my brain basically to help me learn human patterns, human entities and things just in general whenever it came to the mind. And whenever I started to build also Bellara philosophy, I also started to integrate what I had learned into this brand and into this philosophy. Whenever you start to learn more information for yourself on your own time, for your own self-care time, whether that's a minute, whether that's 5 minutes. For me, I genuinely like to take time throughout my week to set aside for me to learn and to grow, because I think that's such a wonderful thing whenever it comes to self-care, is that continuing evolving of yourself. And I apologize, I'm still trying to get used to how to talk on here and get comfortable a little bit more, so I appreciate your patience and your grace and your understanding. And whenever it comes to that self-care focus that you are putting on for yourself, you are already a step ahead. You are choosing yourself, even if it's just for a minute or 2 or 5 or 10. And throughout that time and throughout that progress, what it's going to do is continually evolve over time, and you become stronger. And then over time with that, it also opens your mind to what you're passionate about. I came to learn a lot about myself, and that I'm passionate about helping other people, and I'm passionate about helping women, and I'm passionate about speaking and being in front of the camera. That is what I'm good at, and those are the skills that I came to find out on my own through my own self-care routines over this time. And to be quite honest, I did regularly do self-care routines, but it was more on like the beauty side aspect of everything when it came to my face, when it came to what I ate, small things like that. And then they grew bigger, and my goals grew bigger over time. And that's what your self-care journey is also going to do for you. And it will lead you to a life of a lighter living, and you're growing. And I think that in itself is a beautiful thing, especially for women. I believe we should be offered an opportunity to choose ourselves and to blossom into the woman that we want to become, and to become our most beautiful and authentic selves. And unfortunately, these answers are not going to come to you right away, and I would like to just make note of that. While living in a world that is very fast-paced, where you get immediate satisfaction, When it comes to your self-care, it is going to take time. It can honestly take years because it's really up to you with what you're wanting to accept when it comes to your inner self, your trauma, your family cycles, things that you need to heal from on your own time, and really forgiving yourself and really forgiving other people who have hurt you or you hurting yourself. Take me, for example. I had been through a very rough breakup at one point in my life, and trigger warning, unfortunately, I was to a point where I did not want to continue on. And to be quite honest, a lot of people don't really know that about me. But I was at a very low point in my life, and I decided to really say enough is enough and really pick myself up and put together the pieces in my own way. I have done that multiple times within my life. I have been through many relationships and hardships that were very detrimental to my health and to my mind and to my body and to my soul. And I am just so grateful for being forgiving for myself when it came to those situations and those circumstances that I went through, because I only did the best I could at the time with the knowledge and the understanding of things that I had at that time. And that's a really big thing for someone to acknowledge, especially whenever you are also part of the problem. There were plenty of circumstances and times and moments in my life when I knew I was toxic. I knew I had many problems and heavy burdens that were placed upon me, and burdens that I placed upon myself. I was very needy. I was a lot of things. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole with anyone, but I was at I've had very difficult moments in my life. And it's so nice to be able to sit here peacefully and accept everything, the good and the bad, throughout my life. And I'm just so grateful that I'm at a position where now that I can take what I have learned and to inspire and show that there is a different way to live, especially if you have just been through so much in your life. And I would like to iterate, if that's the correct word, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I would really like to emphasize and make note of that not everyone's traumas and everyone's difficulties are all heavy in their own lives. We do not live in a world where it should be competition. And yeah. A reason I now know why I brought that up was due to the fact that we live in the world where women feel as though everything needs to be a competition. It truly does not. All of us are beautiful. All of us have a purpose. All of us are capable of achieving astronomically wonderful things. And I acknowledge that. I sit with that every day, knowing that there are so many women out there that don't see the beauty within themselves or the possibilities within themselves and the power that they can hold to change the world or change even just their own lives in small little ways that they can. I understand that with our world and economy and things, and especially if you have 2 or 3 kids, it's really difficult for you to feel as though you can accomplish these really big things. And so I understand that, and I sympathize with that, because not everyone is in a position where they can just drop everything and quit their corporate job and do this full time. I understand that. What I would like to say is you deserve at least a moment of peace within yourself, for your life, for your kids. Honor yourself with that moment. Honor yourself with that time. Women are just so beautiful and loving creatures. And I just really want to just let you know, whoever may be watching this, is that you are a beautiful person and you are worthy of just beautiful and abundant, peaceful things in your life. This world is hard, and especially with how modernized and how fast-paced everything is really moving. take a moment to appreciate yourself and appreciate the beauty around you, and just appreciate for you breathing and existing and living in a world where hopefully one day we will be able to have such a healing world and a healing country, and we can get to a point where we are supportive of one another instead of us always feeling as though we need to be in competition with each other. So whenever you begin to integrate these self-care practices in your own way, in your own time, and at your own pace, what that's going to do is open up a door for you to figure out truly what you want to do with your life, and you taking the time to make that decision and choosing yourself first every day is a gold star in my book. You are choosing yourself to have a better life and a more peaceful life, and forgiving people and forgiving companies who have done you wrong, and you are choosing to make your own happiness and creating your own life that truly brings meaning and purpose and happiness to you. Whenever you do self-care and you sit in silence, you start to tune in and start to listen to your intuition. It's kind of like a full body effect that you have within yourself, almost close to meditating. And you really start to think, what do I want to do with my life? What passions bring me happiness? What skills do I have? What things do I need to work on? You start to kind of piece together these little things, and especially if you have a connection to spirituality or a connection to God or a loved one that may have passed. I talk to my mom and God every single day. Every morning I sit in this beautiful sanctuary that I've been able to create for myself, and I drink my cup of coffee and I say my morning prayer, and I go about my day, and I am given the day that I am meant to have, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And it's very nice that I am able to be with my sweet cat every single day. She gives me such a calming peace within my household and within this room and within my life, and I'm just so grateful to her. But anyway, I tend to backtrack. I tend to kind of jump around a little bit, so this you'll come to learn about me is that I kind of go all over the place, but I swear I have a purpose, and it is to talk to you about trying to figure out your purpose through self-care. So I kind of lost where I'm going, so let me get back on track here. But I will actually kind of end this episode there. I just really want to acknowledge that if you are already choosing yourself to live a lighter life and to start your own self-care journey in your own way, I just want to let you know that I am so proud of you to choose the life of happiness and peace and prosperity within yourself and within your own soul and within your own life. It is very crucial whenever it comes to handling difficulties in your life and choosing to forgive all of it and move forward. And we are not meant to be on this earth to feel as though we have to harbor such heavy energies and such negative energies, especially if they are not yours to carry, especially when it comes to your family or if it comes to people projecting certain things onto you. You are capable of moving forward on that, and take it from someone who felt as though she didn't have really anything going for her in her life several times within her own life. And you are capable of just overcoming those struggles, and I just want to let you know I am so proud of you. So I'm going to end episode 3 here today, and I am just so grateful to all of you who have subscribed or who are watching these videos, and I just hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please let me know if you have questions. I would love to see some interactions on the comments if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, personal or philosophy Bellara related. And again, I am so grateful for all of you, and Belle and I are just so happy, and we love your continued support. So I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful and blessed day.